Hello there, it's Mark here, back with another update on my big Lego Hoth MOC. I've been working really hard to finish this new area, which is the Snowspeeder area, and I'm looking forward to showing you all of the details and talking about the parts I built and why. If you're new to the channel, or you're new to my big Hoth MOC and are interested, if you have a look on the channel you'll find a playlist which covers off all the parts I've built so far. So we've got the front gates, which are powered with power features. We've got the front display with the ice river and the Imperials attacking the base. We've got the command centre with Admiral Akbar calling the shots within the Hoth base, the mountain and the medical bay. So take a look at those playlists if you're interested in those. But for now, as I said, I'm going to concentrate on the new part, which is the Snowspeeder area. So I wanted to create a busy looking Snowspeeder landing bay. So it's busy because the rebels are scrambling to get the Snowspeeders out to help with the Imperials that are attacking the base from the front. And I knew, in terms of the space I had, so you can see it's 32 times 3, so 3 boards. And those boards, I'm sure some of you will recognise them instantly. So these are the old plates that you would get with space sets. I think they're called landing pads, and typically you would get those with one of the old vintage space sets. You'd probably have one of those and one of the boards that come with the sort of lunar moon base type effect. And I found those on eBay. So originally I thought I would try a tiled effect, and I tried a number of things, but I couldn't get the look I wanted. Didn't have enough tiles as well. So I looked into what the options were, and this is what I came up with, and I think they've turned out really well. One thing though is I didn't realise that you had yellow ones and orange ones. So when I got them, I was a bit surprised. That's my fault for not looking at the eBay auction. I found them on properly, but again, I think that's turned out really well. So I like having the middle one being slightly different to the rest. In terms of the actual snow speeders, so we've got 3. They are slightly different. So these two, this one and this one, came with Hoth type sets. I think that one came with a Hoth Wampus set, and this one came with one of the small battles Hoth sets. But this one is slightly bigger, and that came. That was a standalone set. I'll forget the set number, but I'll probably remember it in a second. And that's probably the better of the Snowspeeders. I like its shape a little bit more than the other ones, and it also just feels like the right size compared to the Millennium Falcon. Maybe these ones are a little bit small. Perhaps I could mod them. I don't know. It might be something I'll get to over time, but we shall see. So I've added to the base this feature here. So this is a spare wing for a Snowspeeder. So I had a full speeder that I didn't need, so I thought I'd make use of it somehow. And the idea is that potentially some cargo ships have come in at some point to the base and dropped these off for the rebels to use in the base as spare parts. So I haven't built such ship yet, but it's in my plan to build. And the idea is it would come into here, drop parts off, go off, maybe back up to the rebel fleet up in space, and bring back new parts as and when the rebels need it to help with their Snowspeeders. You'll see around the area I've got these. Don't know what they're called, but I play a bit of Battlefront on the PlayStation, and the Hoth bases in those are my favourite, and I noticed they had this type of thing all over the place, so I've copied that. We've got lots of figures, so pilots and rebel troopers, and the way I've changed things for my troopers is the ones with brown trousers or pants, if you're in America, are the maintenance guys, and the ones with grey or white are the battle troops. And here we've got Luke Skywalker leading out his trusted troops to help with the battle. So he's got his lightsaber out, and then we've got a couple of generals with their pistols, and this dude at the end who's got his big laser cannon. Maybe he's one that's got the powerful weapon to take out the vehicles. Just moving back here, oops, get the focusing right. So I've used troopers with all sorts of tools that could be like spanners, power spanners, or anything that could be helpful for giving maintenance to a Snowspeeder. I'm actually gonna stand up. I'm gonna lift the Falcon away now so I can come in from the other angle and show you a few different features. Right, so that completes my weight training for the day. Moving the Falcon is never a nice moment. It's really heavy, and depending on how you grab it from the underside, as you're lifting it, sometimes it flops over each side, and I always worry it's just going to fall apart one day. So much as I love the set, and it is absolutely amazing, and I'd recommend any, I know it's expensive, but if you can get hold of it and build it, it's an experience and not to be missed. But structure-wise, it's not designed for moving around much. It's obviously designed for display, so when you carry it, it's always a worrying moment. But anyway, we've made it, and now I can show you the speeder bay from a different angle. So what should we talk about? So this is obviously the back of the spare parts that would be craned in. We've got a console, in fact we've got two consoles that the Rebels can use to perform diagnostics on the speeders. And you'll see, in fact, what I want to achieve with the base is to have lots of pipe work and wires all over it, and for the main pipe work to be linked so that everything's powered. So we've got this coming from the mountain, so that would help power the doors, and it runs right along the back of the speeder area, and then I've split it so that we've got power going into the snow speeders, so maybe charging them up on their undercarriages. And we've got enough for 4. Obviously I've only got 3 bays, so 3 wires coming out, and I think that looks pretty cool. I'm probably gonna have one of those taking off. I think Greg from GJ Bricks, you suggested I do that, so I'll build that effect into a further update. And then obviously trench work is done. You might have seen the video where Lego Maniac kindly sent me lots of white pieces to help with this build, so this bit's only been possible with his generosity and kindness, so thank you again for that, my friend. So all the trenches across the MOC are now done. If I stand back, this is obviously where the Falcon will go. Haven't worked out how I'm going to do that yet, whether I try another tile effect or use the vintage plates again. That's something that's probably going to be the last part of the build. Next I'm going to concentrate on the armory that's going to sit on top of the mountain next to the command centre. Well, one other thing to call out is just around the place I'm trying to add things so that we've got a communications beacon, we've got parts that look like they're useful for ship maintenance. These are actually the feet from, forgetting the name of the set now, but a big spider droid type set, and I've had that and used its parts for various things in this MOC, so he turned out to be a pretty useful set. Power droid, just lift them up so you can see. So quite easy to build those. There's plenty of examples of those around the internet. Really easy to build. So I just put a few parts together and made him. And then here's one. So I think this came with my Star Destroyer set 6211, an old one, which I no longer have many of the parts for. And he's famous from the Death Star. But I thought Rebels would probably have that type of droid as well, so I built him for my Rebel Hoth scene. I think that's probably it. So I'm still working really hard on this. I'm hoping to have it finished in the next couple of months. That depends on how much time I get to build and finish it off. As I say, the armour is probably next, and I don't need to buy any more parts for that. I think I've got what I need. And then it will just be figuring out how to do the landing bay and all of the parts that I need to help with the Falcon bit, and then we are done. So that'll be almost a year's work by the time it's done. Right, I think that's me done. Thank you so much for watching. If you've made it to the end, thank you. Appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will be bringing the next update hopefully in 3 to 4 weeks. Before then we'll have a few other different types of videos, yeah, appreciate all of your support. If you've got anything to say about this MOC, let me know in the comments. I respond to everything, and look forward to hearing from you. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.